API testing, Giveth info, nice apps, and probably some forum topics. And my intentions for the call is to facilitate. And I will pass it on to Almond.
Thank you, Mitch. Well, I'm feeling rested. My focus this week is the verification workshop happening Wednesday, the one-on-one course launch happening tomorrow, and the Twitter session happening tomorrow. And my intention for the call is to align and update in everything around the Giveth governance. And I'll pass it to Cory.
Hey, hello. Feeling really good. My focus for the week is making sure we get everything out for the project owners 101 course, and also getting everything set up for Give Power. And my intention for the call is to sync up on everything governance related and see where I should be paying attention. I'll pass it to Mo.
Hi, I'm feeling really good. My focus for this week is just catch up with everyone and see what's going on here. And intention for the call, just sync up with everyone. I pass it to Clara.
Thanks, Mo. Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm feeling good. I'm looking forward to the week ahead. My focus for this week is to get QA on project survey I'm putting together, ready for sending out. Social post planning as normal. Some updates to my role proposal, creating a tracker for additional operating expenses as part of the ongoing cost analysis. And I'm just looking forward to getting stuck into the retro praise quantification and the rewards team. My intention for the call is to learn more about the Give Garden loan proposal and the Panvala partnership. And I'm handing over to Nico.
Thanks, Claire. Yep, I feel good. I feel great. I'm excited for the week. And my focus for this week will still be contributor support and also taking care of those who just ended their trial period. And yep, my intention for this call is to be updated and to sync up with what's happening, and yep, passing it to Heather.
Thanks, Nico. Yeah, I'm feeling good. My focus this week is really pushing this WorkDAO town hall and proposal forward, and that's my intention for this call, is just to talk about it and give out reminders and cat herd, and I will pass it to Jake.
Thanks, Heather. I'm feeling good. Had a great weekend. Focus for the week is fundraising, token sales, and donor relations. Intentions for the call, just listen to the agenda that Mitch has for us. And I see our partner Paul from Panvala on here, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Paul.
Hey guys,
dropped in. Yeah. We're just doing some check-ins. Just tell us how you're feeling and maybe if you have any intentions for the call.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm feeling solid. Thanks for asking. So I'm here to talk about the potential Panvala partnership, which I posted about in the forum And yeah, hoping to give some more context and answer questions and see if we can make that help Giveth get some fundraising. And I'll pass it to, let's see, who else is?
Griff really wants it. Look at him.
Nice.
I
Griff.
was trying to make it easy. Yeah, my thanks, Paul. Good to see you, man. Last time I saw you, you were riding around on the streets of the Bruin. Anyway, let's see. I'm feeling great. I'm in Mitch's house, which is always good vibes. My focus this week is fundraising and the VC calls and all of that. My intentions for this call are to talk about ending the give drop, which is a big one, and probably a million other things that will come up. I'll pass it to Lauren.
Hey everyone. I'm feeling super frustrated because my keyboard isn't working well, and I'm trying to get Griff's computer set up with my stuff on it, but it's bogged down because it's my stuff, Mitch's stuff, and Griff's stuff, and it's super slow. And I'm having a very, very frustrating morning. So I'm trying to do that. Also coordinate the launch of the Project Owners 101 course, plus Give Power Boosting, has a bunch of pending items, plus the Cult ETH Region Farm. We're trying to launch it, but Amin is not online for the week, so it's going to be some misfits hacking it together, and I'm trying to get that out as soon as possible. Plus many other items, including I have a buddy call with Santi coming up soon, so please fill out his contributor review thing. And I have so many other things. I'm just like very overwhelmed and stressed, and especially bogged down by this computer malfunction thing. Yeah, I'm interested in also in talking about in this call the ending of the give drops thing. I've been meaning to write a forum post about that for quite some time. But yeah, I'll stop here and pass it on to Kai.
Hey, sorry to hear about your keyboard. I didn't quite finish the things I wanted to do last week, so that's what's on my agenda is clearing up my task list. And yeah, here to check in, see what's new, and not distracted at all, and feeling good. I give it to Giant Kin.
GM, everyone. I'm feeling great. My focus and my intentions for this call is basically to keep up and
Thank you. I'm here. I'm feeling good. Good, ready, like way more updated and back into traction. For this week, my focus is take again the GPS sessions, or like the work that was that just needs to keep going, get the ball rolling, and also work a little bit on. I will make a presentation for 10 nonprofits about Giveth in Mexico, so that's very exciting. A few other things, but yeah, I don't want to take too much time on that. So I'll just pass it to, I don't know, Mitch, can you help me? I'm not sure who is missing. Nicola.
Yeah, let's pass it to Franco.
Hey everybody, I'm feeling not great today, but I'm okay. And my focus this week is closing the first praise period and set up everything to continue with the workflow in the rewards team and finish organizing some things with the ETH gathering conference that is happening here in Barcelona and with the Giveth House. And yeah, just give support to anyone who needs it. And intention for the call, just catch up. And I'll pass it to Ashley.
Thanks, Franco. I'm feeling okay today. Happy Monday, everybody. I guess governance focus for this week mostly is givebacks distribution. I want to get more active in the forum this week. I know there's a lot of things going on in there, and contributor feedback forms. I feel like there's some other governance things, but that's the main things for governance, and intentions for the caller just to go through the agenda and see what's on top. and I'll pass it to Nicola.
Thanks, Ash. Hi, everyone. I'm feeling good. Intentions for the call is to sync up and align, to see where I need to put my attention in the forum. And main focus for the week, other than our governments, is keep organizing and coordinating for meeting makers, create a comms plan, and have fun on a Wednesday on our verification workshop. And was that the last one, Mitch? Dawson,
No.
did you?
We can give it to Tropical Mango.
Hey guys, I tweaked my back, so I'm not feeling like myself, feeling a little bit low since I haven't been able to go to the gym today. So on my list of priorities for the week is the grants. So I've put to anybody interested, I've put together like a central repository in the Epic. So if you want to jump in, all, the ones that look interesting are in there with some links, and then people can pick up, whatever grant they're working on for visibility. I stopped because I think we have enough to divide between Jake, Yaz, and I. So, and I'll keep adding as we keep tackling them. So I'll get started on putting together a Google Doc and starting to go through the process for the first time. Next thing is, so I'm also going to try to get the videos going for the PFP collection. So I've put together a few proposals for what that could be. So just waiting on some green lights in the GitHub for those to move forward with Time Machine. And then another thing is the email list. I did a blast on Friday, and we had about 15% bad addresses. So that's worth cleaning up. That's a lot of emails that, just were undeliverable. So what's the point in keeping them on there? It's going to hurt our stats and give us an inaccurate picture. So I'd like to clean
high level. Give us the high level updates. We don't need to get into all the nitty gritty.
Post and onboarding email. Sorry, I was reading off my list. Sorry, I'll pass.
That's what I want.
Sync, and yeah, that's it. Thanks. Sorry, I went down the rabbit hole.
It's all good. You want to try and pass it?
Okay, let's see. Let me just check the grid. Giantkin, have you gone?
Giantkin already went, but let's pass it to Suga.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. So intentions are to sync with Gov. I've been doing some voting and also trying to help coordinate some terrible scheduling conflicts, which I think is kind of important. And we know it's been complicated in the last couple of weeks, but we've had some boo-boos. Yes, also helping to put out this Project Owners 101 course. Distractions are aplenty at this time of day. I won't go into it, but let's see. How about, probably Corey's gone. I'll go back to you, Mitch. Take it away.
All right, let's sling it to Yas.
Cool, thanks, Mitch. I'm feeling super productive today, actually. And my intentions for the week, as usual, fundraising, a lot of follow-ups to happen this week, a lot of grants. I want to get some up. I want to close, hopefully, the ones that are up. And intentions for the call, just to listen in, sync up. That's it. I think I can pass it to Tosin, right? I don't think it's gone.
Hi, everybody. So I'm feeling good. It's a new week and I'm looking forward to it. So currently working on NFT Minter with Santi, and I'm looking forward to that this week. My intentions for this call is to sync with everybody, know what everybody has been up to, and then I'll pass to, no distractions at the moment, I'll pass to Almond.
Solomon already went, but I think we still got to hear from Santi.
Thank you, Mitch. Feeling great today. Intentions for the call is just sing on governance and put my attention whatever is needed. And for the week, focus on ending the designs and the metadata for the PFP collection and work with Tassin on that drop page that we hope to have ready soon. Back to you, Mitch.
Great, and let's hear from Mateo.
Thank you, Mitch. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I got crossed with another meeting. Is this going to be the regular hour from now on, or should I? Okay.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a sec.
Perfect. So no distracted. I'm just curious. Just like to hang out in this beautiful meeting. I'll pass it back to you, Mitch.
Okay, awesome. I think we got everybody. These calls are getting crowded, but that's good. That's good. Okay, well, let's jump into the priority agenda items added in here. First one on the list is closing the give drop. And Griff, let's hear it.
Yeah, so we actually, I was just trying to figure out how we're going to get the tokens for our potential investors that we're talking to, and in the end, the easiest thing is to get it from the give drop. We could pull it from a bunch of DAOs and make all these votes, but maybe the quickest and easiest way to get all that stuff is to set an end date for the give drop and then use the tokens that were never claimed to pass them out. It's a heat check. I want to hear if people are really against that idea. But it would definitely allow the DAO to keep that number of tokens basically through.
Yeah, I think this is a really good idea. And when we were setting up the give drop, I remember also saying, like, we should set a deadline. Like, other DAOs have done that. Shapeshift was like, okay, you can claim up to this point, and then after you'll only get this amount. And they had like a gradual tapering off. And then like any unclaimed tokens goes back to the DAO. We did allocate a bunch of tokens to like, you know, long shot addresses like Ashton Kutcher and Paris Hilton, who like probably didn't claim their gift drop. And like, you know, at this point, sorry guys. But yeah, I think it makes sense to end the give drop. But the only things that we should really be mindful of doing is like maybe let people know one more time, make sure it's like in our documentation and set up all the comms around it so that it's like kind of clear. And maybe we want to just encourage people in like one last push to claim and let them know about the deadline ahead of time. Because that seems like it would be fair. Otherwise, I mean, if we're like, oh, we kind of like that more people didn't claim their gift drop, we could just like end it without good comms. But yeah, anyway, those are my 2 cents.
Last I checked, there was like 33% that claimed the drop. I don't know if that's users or tokens. But do you know, Griff, how many tokens we have that are unclaimed?
Yeah, it was somewhere around 70 million. Out of 170 million. Well, you know, 70 million, including their stream. So, but about, you know, there were 17% of the tokens were airdropped and about 10% of the 17, or 10 out of 17 claimed-ish.
Great. Is there anyone on the call that is opposed to ending the give drop, probably sometime in the next month, 2 months tops? Now, what's your timeline, you think, for like?
I mean, I would assume that we just try to end it 1 year after the launch, like on Christmas. I mean, it seems like the easy date. Gives us a month and a half to do comms.
Right. So is there anybody on the call that's opposed or has a strong opinion against closing the give drop on Christmas?
No, the only other 2 cents I'd throw in there is like I'd probably try to plan comms for, I don't know how this is usually handled, but I would think giving people more advance notice is nice. So if you do want to like have it end in a month and a half, then I would plan comms like significantly early. And I don't know, like give people a month. but I'm not sure what the standard is for that. So then I would find it to be fair, you know.
Cool. Great. How do you want to follow up on this issue, Griff?
Lauren was mentioning that she's writing a blog post, and I don't know if anyone else wants to help take this on, but you know, I don't think it's going to be hard. It's not hard on the technical side.
Do you want to?
I wasn't writing a blog post. I was gonna like write a forum post that was about like ending people's streams who are like just commonly dumping them. I just haven't got around to that yet, but I can, if you want, I can make a forum post, just like a quick, like, we're proposing to end it on this date. Do you think we should do a snapshot to like give token holder consensus that this is a good idea? I'm happy to do that. I'm a fast forum post writer, and I know it'll take you a long time to riff.
Sure. And then do you want to divvy up the work like through GitHub issues, I suppose, around the comms and all that?
Yeah, that's going to be super easy. I can make some issues for comms, but it's like add to docs, make a tweet, make another tweet, you know.
Okay.
I have a question about what you said about like if we're going to sell tokens to investors, why would we choose to use these tokens over like tokens on the open market?
Well, we don't have tokens on the open market. Like, I mean, like, you know, basically it's using the give drop tokens or taking tokens out of the give garden. So
where would we get them from the open market? I don't understand.
I mean, why would
they're on the open market? We don't own them.
It's true.
The reason the investors don't buy it on the open market is because the slippage would take it too far down, and they can't get as much, and all of these things. So
yeah,
what the plan is to create like a 3-year vesting cliff. You know, like here we're going to sell you 150 million tokens or something like that, but you don't get any of them for 3 years. You get some small percentage of governance rights, and after 6 years total, you'll be able to have all of those tokens liquid. That's kind of the offer we're working with now.
Yeah, I think if I remember, Yas was working on a spreadsheet we saw last week, kind of around that realm.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I think we can expect. Well, obviously it'll depend on what offers we get, but we'll probably follow that in the fundraising call on Wednesdays. Right? Is that Wednesday?
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, cool. All right, so I didn't hear any objections on the call. If anybody missed it, Lauren will have the forum post up, and then we can go from there. Cool. Thanks for that, Griff. I just threw this in. Give Mitch your buddies. I think there's a couple people who are at like a buddy bottleneck of having too many buddies. So I'm just putting it out there. Lauren's like, oh my God. If anybody...
I wanted to say to everybody that you can actually change your buddy if you want. If you're like, have a buddy and you're like, oh, no, you can choose a new buddy and talk to your buddies and swap over. And actually, Suga is now Corey's buddy instead of my buddy because I'm a bottleneck. And now things are better. So I encourage you to do the same if you're a bottleneck.
Yeah, and to that point, I can probably take like another 1 or 2 buddies if somebody feels overwhelmed with the amount of buddies that they have. So,
yeah, I was curious to know like what does person needs to do, or how does it? What's the procedure for someone becoming a buddy?
Just talk to Nico.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would just say it's like general idea. Like when somebody starts new at Giveth, we usually have like in mind who would be a good buddy for them. But then like once you're at Giveth for 3 months, 6 months, and you're well established in your role and you understand kind of like how the lay of the land works, then your buddy is kind of more somebody that you're like, this is somebody who I think like I could get good support for. So you can swap your buddy over after that initial kind of like onboarding period. And I actually think it's a really good idea to swap buddies sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm curious, like, have we ever established like how long you need to be a contributor before you can be somebody's buddy? Like, what's that process?
No, I don't think we set any rules for it.
Right. So I don't know. I think it's just a matter of like confidence and knowledge.
Yeah, I think we never made it clear, but like if it's, if you're very new at Giveth and you've been like, I think a rough 6-month timeline is probably reasonable. If you've been around for 6 months and you're like, and you know what's going on, then you're probably in a better position to be somebody's buddy. And especially like if you're still relatively new, taking on a buddy who's like also not super new, it's like maybe you're like at similar levels of understanding, then that can be good too for cross collaboration. Just my opinions.
Great. Thanks for that, Lauren. That was really good to clarify that a little bit. I want to move on to the WorkDAO Town Hall reminder. It's from Heather.
Yeah, that is me. So, just a reminder that the WorkDAO Town Hall is going to be happening, unfortunately, at the same time as the comms weekly sync call. It's been quite a challenge just juggling all the different time changes and people's different schedules, both on Giveth and for WorkDAO. But if you can't come, the call is going to be recorded, and I will be posting it on the forum, and then you can request access to see the recorded call, and then I will also be taking notes, so you can I will share those as well. And then if you have any questions because you can't attend, you can message me directly, or you can also write your comment on our or write your question on our agenda. So that's the cat herding for tomorrow. And then if the partnership does go through on our DAO, then our contributors will have an account representative at WorkDAO that they will be able to ask questions to as well. So this isn't like your last chance to ask questions if the partnership goes through. And right now we're looking at an opt-in type of partnership. So I can answer any questions now if people have.
Okay, sure.
I mean, just like around like cat herding logistics, not like anything specific to people's personal cases. Right, crickets.
Cool. Great. Then let's move on to this. Moving the call time. So I was just looking in my calendar, and there is a gap. You guys can all see my calendar now. That's great. Used to be that this call was right after the DApps call, and now there's 1 hour in between. So I have the availability to move this call back an hour, which might be better for some people in the Europe, in the Middle East, in the Philippines, to have this just 1 hour earlier in their day. And that would be at 9 a.m. Mexico time. But there is, I can see a DevOps call. I don't know if this is real, happening at 9 a.m. as well. Maybe you can confirm that, Kai? Or is this an old artifact? Okay. Is this disastrous for anybody but to move this call 1 hour earlier?
For me, but that's okay.
I'd love to make it easier for the Middle East team and the Philippines to join. And Jake.
I'll consider myself Middle East. Close enough.
Okay, cool. I'm seeing some thumbs up. Suga has a conflict, but for most people it seems to be better.
Yeah, it's okay. I can always try. I'll be like on a bicycle, so I'm not totally unavailable.
No, focus on the road. Okay, cool, great. So we managed to get through our priority check-ins. Let's have a look at the DAO. When I checked last night, nothing in the multi-sigs. Snapshot, everything went through. Ending mainnet liquidity incentives was a resounding yes. 99.9%. To ending that. The givebacks factor, according to rank, passed as well. In the Give Garden, nothing. The Doing Good DAO membership passed and is executed. In the Enter Give DAO, we have approving the services, General Magic Technical Services Partnership, posted by Ahmad. And then in the givebacks votes, we have one for givebacks. We have one for nice tokens. And then we have an exceptional one because actually we missed a donation really early on. And this is actually a donation from Sam. He donated 600 DAI or something. And it got missed by our system. And so we're just minting these extra 600 tokens for Sam for a donation he made to Giveth. So that is all up there.
Hey, Mitch, can I ask a question about Snapshot? Because we went through the votes already, but we were having the issue with, the token balance, and now it should all be fixed, right? Everybody's token balance should be accurate. And is that like kind of a close?
We can throw up a test today. I think we got that thread going. I don't know if Matteo is still here, but I think he fixed it, but we'll have to test it.
Yeah, I'm here. Please test it.
Maybe let's just make a test vote and get unicorn. So update to everybody. We realized that Snapshot was actually showing a lot of people had a lot more give tokens than they actually had. Like a lot. Like I had like 1.5 million. I have 1 million less than that. We'll make a vote today in Snapshot and then just test, like go vote on it and see if it is actually your donation balance. And I'll tag unicorns in that channel. And you can just kind of give like a yay or nay if it's working well.
Yeah, there's a thread there that Matteo started, and there's a way to just input your address and check that the actual amount matches. And we'll make a test vote. On that same note, token log is not working right as well. It's showing that I have like 7 million give tokens or something, and I definitely don't have that many. Something's going wrong with both of those. And go ahead.
No, I am in talks with Vitor because I have no idea how token log works, and there is no documentation. I literally have zero access to that, so I'm waiting for his response, and we can take a look and fix that.
Great. Cool. Yeah, so we'll try and fix those up. Luckily, the two that did pass, like there was basically no disagreement, so I think they're safe to say they were legitimate. Where are we here? Cool. So yeah, if you are holding some NRGive, go ahead and please vote in that. And let's move on to some stuff into the forum. I asked Paul to join today for the Panvala Network chapter, and so maybe without further ado, I'll let him talk a little bit more about that.
Thanks, Mitch. Yeah, so I posted a forum post, and I can give a quick overview of what's going on. So if you're not familiar with Panvala, it is a collection of communities that share a treasury that the Panvala token provides. And so probably important to understand about the Panvala treasury is that there is the Pan token, which is released on a 4-year half-life. And every 3 months, the token is distributed among all of the member communities of Panvala. And Giveth has been a member community for a long time. Originally, the way that this was distributed was with staking. So if you held Pan token, you could stake it, and the distribution of new tokens was distributed by whoever staked the most. And now that's changed because of the stamps program, and the stamps program is sponsor-funded NFTs that are distributed to people who do certain activities. And these are usually marketing-related activities. So the sponsors that have already done this are Opolis and Index Co-op and Generous AF and Logos DAO. And they're usually doing it for activities like signing up for a newsletter or watching a video or interacting with their product in some way. And if you do one of these actions, then you can claim a stamp. And then when you claim a stamp, you can redeem it with one of the communities in the Panvela League. And so that's how the funding is being distributed in a post-staking model. So what I'm hoping, what we've been talking with as a Panvela team, and what this forum post is presenting, is this idea of Giveth becoming a network chapter for communities that can have stamps redeemed to them. And so basically Giveth is already an aggregator of a lot of communities, and you guys have the verified Giveth program, which means that you're vetting these communities. And so Giveth is trying to raise funding for its own communities, and Panvela is trying to get communities new funding streams. And so what we're proposing is that Giveth, if you're a verified project at Giveth, that you'd be able to redeem stamps for your community without needing to join the Panvela League. And I think functionally the way that would work is that Giveth would have its own claim forms. And so we would work with you guys to get claim forms that your communities can use to redeem their NFTs for. And then we're imagining something like around 10% of the funding that would be raised by these communities would just go straight to Giveth. And so this would be a way for Giveth to get funds and for the Giveth communities to get more funding. So yeah, that's the basic idea. And I'm hoping to get some feedback. I saw that there were some responses in the forum already, which I'll respond to, but I'm hoping that we can talk about those here on the call today.
That's great, Paul. Thank you so much. Do you know on the stamps program, like how much funding has been raised to date?
So yeah, there's a distribution that just happened a few days ago, actually, and that was about $35,000 of Pan token. And so when sponsors buy stamps, they are buying the Pan token off of the open market, and they're putting that token back into the token supply, which is the supply that's being released on the 4-year half-life. And so the sponsors are creating buy pressure for the token, and are also increasing the supply of the token that's being distributed. And so growth in that shared treasury will come from them. So right now, this $1,000, that's kind of like the lowest it's ever been because of the bear market and because the stamps program is just getting ramped up. But that could kind of be seen as like probably a minimum for the amount of total funding that all of the communities within Panvela would be getting. And then the top stamps claimers so far has been Gitcoin and Shenanigan, and One Hive's done okay, and they're getting like around $2,000 in Pan in this current Pan distribution. So that's kind of like the top performers so far, which is not a significant amount at this point, but this program is really young, and it's got a really good team working behind it. So I think I can confidently say that there's going to be a lot of growth in Panvela in the coming year or two.
Okay. So what we need, or what this proposal would need, is if we want to go for it, somebody from the Giveth side to own making the forms for verified projects to engage with the program.
So we can, Panvela is equipped to do as much of the work needed on this as possible. So the claim forms will probably be Panvela doing that. And then we can also work on writing the content, writing the messaging to the Giveth project leads and donors, letting them know about the program and how they can redeem stamps. If there is someone at Giveth, or if there's appetite at Giveth to take this on and kind of be active and customize these campaigns in the way that you guys are most excited about, then that would be awesome, and we can work with you guys on that. So there's kind of like a spectrum of what we can make the partnership look like based on your guys' bandwidth for that.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, what we will definitely need from Giveth is help with communications to those project leads and donors, and then Ethereum addresses for the verified projects so that we can distribute stamps to them, and kind of just co-promotion help on the Giveth channels to let people know that you guys are a network chapter and that there's another funding stream available for Giveth communities.
Yeah, and I just wanted to clarify here. I think I can help with some of the stuff. I don't know that I have the bandwidth to like champion the whole movement of making all of this stuff happen, but like I can definitely help get like ETH addresses for verified projects, etc. I just wanted to clarify though that there's no actions needed to be taken by the project owners themselves, right? It's just communicating to them so that they can share with their audiences that they can redeem stamps, and then the projects get benefits, right? So it's more so just a communications thing, and the projects don't actually need to take any actions, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. And the decision there is basically by restricting these to just verified Giveth projects, then they've already gone through your vetting process. So they've already met what Panvela would want to consider as standards for a real community that should be getting funding.
And so then creating these forms, it's would just be a form that we create that Panvala would then distribute to the people redeeming the stamps?
Say that one more time.
The forms that you need, I just am wanting to know more information about the forms that you need created on the Giveth side and what the function is.
Okay, yeah, those the stamp claim forms. So Giveth does not need to do anything for that. Panvela can create those claim forms. They'll be specific for Giveth. So they'll right now there's existing stamp claim forms that anyone can redeem for the existing Panvela League communities, and so this would just be a replica of that, which is specific for Giveth, so that we know that people who are claiming stamps through those forms are Giveth communities, and so Giveth will get its portion of funding based on those redemptions.
Okay, and then I guess we'll just need an avenue to each time a new project gets verified, somehow transfer that information to you, so that then that new verified project can then be added to the list.
Right, and it would be great if we could work on some kind of initial, like letting new verified projects know that they have this option, and that's another thing Panvela would be able to work on, is some kind of resources that you could give to orient people on this.
Okay.
So I just want to capture this and then hopefully move forward with something. Is there anybody here that thinks this is a bad idea or has any like strong objections? Okay. So, assuming we move forward with this, because it sounds like very little effort and like a great opportunity for Giveth and verified projects, what we need is somebody to own this on the Giveth side and work with Paul and Panvala to get this running.
Yeah, I've already been working with him a little bit about talking about it before when it was he came to the community call and told us a bit about it, and things have been changing since then. So I would be willing to help at least create like a plan of action or like a spec document of everything that we need, and then help to create issues as far as like these. It seems like a lot of it's just calm stuff. We need to make emails and we need to trigger them, when a project gets verified and set up these communication channels. So I think it's just a list. We need to go through and make a checklist of all the tasks that need to be done to make this happen. And I can help with that.
I can align with you as you already have some knowledge about this effort, so that's cool. And I can help with the comms as I'm kind of like reaching community with comms. So if you want, we can just like sync this week or to start this.
One of you needs to own it. One of you needs to be the owner.
Like this can be a member of the community's working group, so like Ashley can guide me and I can execute it.
Okay.
I can.
Almond is owning this.
It's a team effort.
Great.
Awesome. Thank you, Almond.
I'm also happy to support, even though it might be new for me. I might learn some new things, which is awesome. So count me in the team.
Great. Support is awesome, but I think we found that just having one person be the point and then having supporters are great, So
great.
We'll move forward with that then. Thank you so much, Paul, for presenting that.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, excited about this. Looking forward to it.
Great. We got 10 minutes left on the call. I threw this up. Give Garden loan for the NR Give. You mentioned it in your check-ins. I wrote this last week. The NR Give Treasury is going to run out of money. And so it probably won't have enough to cover the October payments in there. Because of the hack, the give price is down. We're spending over 3 million give a month. And it's claiming about 1.3 million monthly. So depending when that claim goes through, there may or may not be enough funds in there to cover this scheme. And I kind of wrote everything here in the forum post. The current scheme right now is basically we reimburse Griff with give tokens and then he pays out everybody's salary in stables. This isn't a great system, and it's become pretty obvious, but I think this is the only way we can reliably keep track of our debt, quote unquote debt. And the proposal here is basically to take out a fat loan of give from the Give Garden and then pay it back in about a year's time. The NR Give is set to claim a total of 80 million give over the full course of the give stream, while the Give Garden is going to get 330 million. We're spending a lot in the NR Give, but the Give Garden isn't spending very much. It's got about 80 million give in there, just sitting right now. There's no active proposals or anything. And it will be claiming more over time, right? It's going to have 330 million give in there minus whatever we spent. So we can do this. I've made some spreadsheets and some simulations based on the decay of the give price, how much we're spending in dollars, and then the price of give. And then basically, according to each amount, how much runway we would buy essentially under the current scheme. And we could take out anywhere from 15 to 25 million give using a Tau vote or a decision vote. And then we can set a repayment schedule actually right from the Aragon DAO, from the NRGive. That would just go through automatically. There it is. That's the summary. And there's a vote there. And I'm wondering if there's any questions or comments to take on the call.
I have a quick question. How do you imagine, or when do you imagine that we can repay from the NRGive to the Give Garden with the current price of Give and the emissions to the NRGive Garden? Do you think that we can repay the loan?
I mean, we'll have to see where we're at in a year, right? So the idea is that we take out the loan and then we don't start paying it back for 1 year. And then after that, we pay 10% monthly back to the Give Garden. So if it went through, we would start paying again in mid-November 2023.
Okay. Thanks.
Why a loan and not just like it's going there? You know, why not just request it?
Yeah, I mean, we could. I mean, it feels weird to me to take from our community funding pool and then, go into contributor payments, but that's definitely an option.
I mean, another option is just request the funding every month through a DAO vote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another option.
I don't think it's a bad idea to have it just go directly, frame it as not a loan. I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea because it's we can ask the community, do you think it's a good idea to keep paying these people to do what they've been doing at Giveth to continue on things? I think it's like funding any other group of people. It's kind of just like a core group of people.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad idea to not make it a loan, basically.
Cool. Yeah, I mean that's definitely a way easier option than setting up this repayment schedule. But
and we could also like community vote on this thing, so anyone who has Give tokens can decide.
And we would go ahead, Griff.
Yeah, and I feel like Action Ever can actually take off. I would think that the NRGive will eventually just send a lot of Give tokens back to the garden potentially too. It's supposed to be what do you call it? Like a eventual, slow decentralization. I would hope that eventually the NRGive isn't paying our salaries, but aren't we going to go towards where we have working groups and they're requesting funds as a working group, and those funds could be requested basically through the garden?
We'll see, because that would mean that people would have to get paid in Give, or something like that would happen. Because the common pool only holds Give. Or it only tracks Give,
Yeah, that's true.
So that's something we'd have to deal with later, but I think what we want to figure out